been compromised. Yes, it has. Through the use of artificial intelligence. See, in Virginia, state agencies can manually change AI systems, but they must adhere to the specific guidelines and standards. Governor Glenn Youngkin, Executive Order 30, establishes AI policy and information technology standards to safeguard the state's databases and individual data. The order also created an AI task force comprising of 10 AI experts. Who are these experts? Who are these fact checkers? To provide advice to policymakers and state agencies on using AI responsibly and effectively.
Point of order.
Councilman Hugel, sir, you have the floor.
Yeah, Mr. Mayor, our speaker rules require that the speaker speak on a topic that City Council has some authority over. So far, I haven't heard anything that City Council has authority over. So unless the speaker has...
Excuse me, sir.
Sir, you're out of order. You do not have the floor.
Okay. I hope I have a chance to respond.
No, you do not have the floor at this point until the councilman, and at that point, we will deal with the point of order, and then you will be instructed on how to proceed.
Okay.
Thank you. Sir, please finish what you were saying.
Yeah, so I think the speaker should either come back in compliance with speaker rules or should be asked to sit down.
Thank you, sir. Point of order accepted. So as the rule states, sir, you have to speak on items in which the city council, you're required to speak on items that city council can affect. We cannot affect the subject matter that you are discussing at this time. So therefore, you have two options. You can redirect something that the city council to the effect that something we can affect or we can handle as a council, or you can respectfully have your seat.
Didn't you pledge an oath to the United States of America and the Virginia Constitution to hold all leaders accountable, foreign or domestic, from anything ever heard of? And our elections won't be compromised by artificial intelligence. What they are doing to you and me and everybody else, Democrat or Republican, do a search on AI and look at your registration. You won't show up as a Democrat. You'll show up as a Republican.
Sir, you have already been instructed. I've given you an option. You will no longer have an option. This is your choice. Either change your language
Thank you for the opportunity,
or
Governor.
have a seat.
Thank you for the opportunity. I already said what I need to say.
Thank you,
and
sir.
what I said is exactly, let me finish this off because you said
Sir,
I had the chance to rephrase.
Sir, you are done, sir. You are done. Thank you. That concludes our speakers for this evening. I thank you for coming to the City Council meeting with no more.
Hello, everybody. My name is Merle Rutledge. I'm not giving out my address. After last week, I did a lot of soul searching and reflection. And it's sad when citizens cannot speak their mind. And the very government that we go to every single day decides on what views should we hear or how we should decide the information that we are given. Great leadership understands that truth is never an attack. It's sometimes what you need to hear so you don't make the decisions that will cause everybody around you to suffer because of ego. Furtherance of those who silence the truth is the most dangerous thing ever heard of to mankind and to those who hope to solve the problems of the ills that come from mankind. When truth bothers you, to the point that you read and understand that something is hurting you with conviction. That's the truth you need to hear. last week was disgraceful for any leader. And those who watched what happened, as we decide the most pivotal issues of our time, and this city is no different than those around the country that are suffering and dying from the lack of leadership that recognizes that people are being taken for granted. I'm not worried about the person who yells and screams. I worry about the lion that is silent and is ready to strike. What we do now reflects a generation that is watching every single day whether we have the right to be expressive, be ourselves, be who we want to be. See, the illness is the cancer of those who decide to put that type of shot or jab into their arm and at least into their soul and spirit. Let's be ladies and gentlemen. Let's talk. When I had an issue with one side or the other, I may have had my opinion. Now I'll go back and research and vice versa, and then I ask for some mediator to come in and say, you know what, who's right or wrong? Now that person may say I'm wrong, I'm gonna own it. That's leadership. And what you do is become better for that moment. You don't let one day of failure become your legacy of success. We will not ever be measured, if you want to continue Dr. King's dream, by what you call your race or your gender instead of your content of your character. Leadership deserves better in the United States of America, and that doesn't change for a state government or local government. Any government that decides to stop knowledge is stopping their own power. The weakness is not of the people, the weakness is of its leaders. America has been crying out, Virginia been crying out. They've been silent. There's no censorship for how you move forward. You want to be the best, you want the city to be the best, you're going to strive to hear the voices of the best. Greatness doesn't mind criticism, it loves it. Because right now, this council looks a lot differently than what it used to. After a while, it's not going to be